So guys, today we're in the workshop and we're going to show you how to fit a Railblaza RibPort to one of our True Kit Inflatable boats. Now the first thing to check is the weather. You do not want to be doing any glue work when it's humid or raining, and obviously these RibPorts are glued to the boat, and so you've really got to check the weather. But as long as the day's fine, let's take you through how you do it. Now the first step is to work out where you want to mount it on the boat. So right now I'm figuring out where I want to put it. And in this case I'm using one of our staedtler non-permanent water-soluble marker pens. Now these are great instead of using pencil or a permanent marker, it comes off the tube easily. So I've marked out where the RibPort's going to go with our water-soluble pencil. Now I'm going to mask it up. When I'm masking it, I want to completely cover the pencil mark that we've gone around the RibPort with. You don't want that, otherwise you're going to end up with the pencil showing after you've done all the glue work. Next step is just to check that the masking job's been done properly. So I'm just going to lay the RibPort over the top here and check that the masking matches the RibPort perfectly. Any gap between the masking and the RibPort will show up as a glue line afterwards, so you want to make sure it's nice and accurate. The next step is to clean both surfaces with a solvent. So you want to clean the bottom side of the RibPorts and also the area of fabric inside the mast area. In this case I'm using Bostik number 4 solvent. MEK is also a very good option. You can see I'm wearing safety gloves, and you want to be either wearing a mask or in a very well ventilated area. Okay, the next step is to mix the glue. We're using Bostik Unigrip 999HR, and we add in the crosslinker, which is called Desmodeur RFE, and we do that at 10%. So everything we do is weighed and measured. So we allow 15 grams per RibPort. So mix the glue and the crosslinker together really well. I like to mix it for a couple of minutes and then just leave it to stand for 5 minutes. So I've got a disposable brush here. This is a 25mm disposable brush, or 1 inch. What we do is see you've got the long bristles, we cut the bristles in half, which effectively makes a stiffer brush, which is much better for glue work. So the next step is to apply a fairly thick but very even layer of glue to the entire area inside the mast area, and then also to the bottom of the RibPort. So as I mentioned before, in this case we're using the Bostik 999 glue, Unigrip. Now depending on where you are in the world, you might not be able to access this exact glue, but you should be able to find a local equivalent. We've left that glue work about 20 minutes to tack off. Now you don't want to touch it with the front of your hands, but you can just use the back of your knuckle and it shouldn't be sticky at all, and then you know that glue's ready for the next step. Now I'm going to remove the masking tape. The glue that we've used here is heat activated glue. Now not all of them are, so you need to check the instructions on the particular glue you use. But with a heat activated glue, you want to warm up both surfaces. Now you don't want to get it scalding hot, the glue shouldn't be bubbling or anything, but both surfaces the glue should be nice and warm. Now next I'm going to carefully position the RibPort on our glued area. Now you only get one good shot at this, so you've got to be super accurate. It's important to work the glue, the two surfaces of glue together. So you want to get a tool. It could be a hammer, or this is a blunt and cold chisel, or a roller, and really work those surfaces so that the two sides of the glue amalgamate together. So if there's any cleanup to do around the edges, just get a rag and use your solvent, just if there's any excess glue, and also your pencil line. Okay. So that's the RibPort finished. We're going to leave the boat inflated and not touch this for 48 hours for all the glue work to cure properly. But these RibPorts are great. You can use them for all sorts of fittings. We use them as standard on all our boats for the rowlocks for rowing, and they can also be used for rod holders, for navigation lights. There's cup holders, phone holders, iPad holders, all that sort of thing. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.